lots of wonderful dishes, lots of love. This week, and there's Reggie, he just said hello. This is a working kitchen. And it's all about the mighty tomato. And today is our last day of the 5 days of tomato week. Even though I still have tomatoes, nothing is going to waste in my house. Today, the way that I'm going to end this tomato week is by showing you 3 amazing hors d'oeuvres. I have catered baby showers, I have catered engagement parties, but to my family. I don't cater, no, I don't cater, okay? And I just love to make food, and I just love to play with things on top of everything else that I do. Today I am sporting all the hearts because I'm really missing my grandchild, and I haven't seen her in a while, and I'm really missing you, Kira, and all these hearts are for you, and I wish I could just put hearts all over myself, but this is for all the grandchildren all over the world. Hello, good morning. Okay, so what we're going to start with is our very first hors d'oeuvre. But the first thing I gotta do is go get to something. Aspetta, one moment, I'll be right back. La 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 la. Okay, so what have I done? When you're gonna have a party, okay, you gotta get ready. So what I did, last night, I cut every single tomato, hollowed every single little baby tomato, and then I put him upside down in a cutting tray, okay, with paper towel. Then I took another paper towel, and as you can see, it made all the little, and I pour it over the tomatoes. I spray the paper towel so they would be nice and fresh. See that? Nice and fresh. And we're gonna be stuffing these babies. So I'm gonna put this here. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to teach you this amazing, and these are awesome hors d'oeuvres. So I'm going to be showing you 3 different hors d'oeuvres. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I have here 3 ounces of cream cheese. Yes, 3 ounces of cream cheese, guys. Let me get my glasses. Oh, here they are. Okay. Hello, Nick. Hi, Nick. How are you? Give my love to Sandy. I hope all you're doing well. All right, so I'm going to do a 1/3 cup of crumbled feta. Very simple, very easy transaction. A 1/3 cup of crumbled feta goes in here. It's going to be a little bit Italian, a little bit, Greek. Shout out to my Greek wonderful friends. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Okay, so remember, 3 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/3 cup of feta cheese, and now I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Alrighty, so okay, so make sure I have a little chiquitito one, guys. If I can find it, here we go. Isn't he cute? He's just a little guy. And it's my favorite color, purple. Alrighty, so when I was thinking of what I wanted to make for the last, I wanted to do something that everybody would have. And since, life is going back to normal, semi-normal, it's good to treat yourself. And my husband and I, we love hors d'oeuvres, and since we cannot go out, I make hors d'oeuvres for everybody. Okay, so now I am going to put these in the sink because I'm not going to need them. And you know how I am. I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator because I don't want this to go bad. I'll be right back. Aspetta. This is a cooking kitchen. Alrighty, woohoo! We are rock and rolling this morning. All right, everybody, come on now, get in the refrigerator. All right. Okay, now to this, I am going to be using a teaspoon of lemon juice. When I have my lemons, if I use the lemons to grate, then I would juice my lemons and I would put them in a little, in a little container. Okay, this is a teaspoon. And let's see what the teaspoon says today. A teaspoon of affection. Oh. Okay, so now we have a teaspoon of lemon, and then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of 4 teaspoons of dry oregano. When my oregano starts to do its thing, it's very little. So what I like to do is I like to take a heaping like this, and I like to put it in the palm of my hand, and then I like to, see what I'm doing? Because it opens up the flavors. Okay, so this guy is going to be used for the next adventure, which is going to be, wait till I show you. Okay, so now we have here, and I wrote it down for you guys, 3 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/3 cup of crumbled feta cheese, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and now I am going to slice some green onions. So here's my green onions. And let me tell you what I do. When I come home from the store, guys, I take my green onions out of the package because that's what kills everything. And then I put them in a damp paper towel, and I put them in a bag, and I put them in the refrigerator. And I've had these now for almost 2 weeks, and look how beautiful they are. So what I want to do is I am going to be using 1 green onion, okay? But what I want to do is I'm going to put it back in here because it's already been washed and cleaned, and I don't have to worry about doing all of that stuff. Put that on the side. And what I want to do is I want to keep the tops. Oh, you know, I don't have a garbage pail. Ooh. Wait a minute, let me get a garbage pail. I gotta have a little garbage pail. All right. Here's my little garbage pail. All right, so what I want to do is I want to thinly slice just the green part, okay? Because we're going to be using that for the garnish. And it's going to make it so pretty. You're going to be the queen. They're going to say, oh my gosh, where did you learn? This is amazing. Give me the recipe, right? All right, I don't know how many I'm going to use of these things. And it's an onion, you know. Oh my God, me and the onion. Any garlic, anything like that. Now that I'm getting into that young age, it starts to bother me. All right, so we got to just get all this stuff out of the... All right, so let me just wash my hands with the onion. Because, you know, sometimes the green onion is a little slimy. Okay. Now, and what I want to do is I want to cut this in half. All right, and then I'm going to cut it in half again. Because what we want to do is, we want to chop this up. Okay. So this is 1 green onion, guys. 1 green onion. Make sure it's nice and chopped. All right, make sure it's nice and chopped. All righty. Woohoo! Anyways, how did I come up with these 3 hors d'oeuvres? Oh my goodness. I was just looking at, you know, what are my favorite 3 hors d'oeuvres, and I wanted to share some of my favorite hors d'oeuvres. And since it's all about celebrating the tomato, and yesterday, remember yesterday, we had that amazing, delicious Bloody Mary salad, and boy, did my husband and I love that. And we actually had that with beer. I know, I am telling my secrets now, my goodness gracious. All right, this comes over here. I'm gonna put that in there. Look, it's very simple, very easy. There's not a lot of cutting. So there's really no cooking. Because today it's Friday, and why not have a happy Friday? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to mix these guys. Okay, like so. Okay, so now to this, I am going to add, I believe that I had written down black pepper. You know, whatever black pepper, you know, how much ever black pepper you want, okay? Very easy, very simple. Okay, so this is going to be so pretty because it's going to be the red and the white and the green, the Italian flag. Okay, so now, so you know, I could be very fancy and use one of these things, and I don't really know how to use. You know, my husband bought me all of these cute little things, you know, and I just don't know how to use it. So I am terrified to use this thing. So what I'm going to do is because you know we gotta play here. I don't trust this thing, so, but I do have a regular bag because that's what a lot of us have. And what I'm going to do is that I know I have my scissors somewhere here. Let me get my scissors. And I am just going to snip a little tiny bit. I think that that's good enough. And it's supposed to have, all right. This is a lot of fun, guys. Okay, oh my goodness, it's actually working. All right, so now I got that little thing in there. And what I want to do is I want to scoop this. And let's see. If it doesn't work, you know what I have if it doesn't work? I have one of these. And one of these has always worked before all of this other fancy stuff came in. But you know, we want things to look pretty. You know, we want things to look pretty. So let me just try a little one. All right, and then I'm just going to pipe. Ooh, wow, my goodness gracious, it's working, guys. It's working. You just have to squeeze. Boy, this is taking a long time. Okay, well, it didn't quite work because it came out. That's what's fun, but you know what? I'm gonna taste this. Oh my God, it's delicious. Okay, let me get rid of this. Wash my hands here. You know, we beat ourselves so much from all the things, you know, that we cannot be perfect at. And we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. Just like me. I am completely abnormal. All right, let me get rid of that spoon because obviously that did not work very well. All right, so let me just cream this a little bit more. Put some pedal to the metal in here. Okay. I am going to do it the old-fashioned way. Like my probably like my grandparents and their parents and before all of that, you know. All right, because you know, this is just not the working. All right, so now take a little teaspoon, fill up the tomato, go sideways like that, get them all in there like so. No big a deal, okay? And then we're gonna take a little bit of that, and that little, you know, green onion. All right, so now I know I have a plate somewhere. Where did my plate go? All right, so now I am going to do my little guys. So now, how do you make it, you know, how do you do it to where it doesn't roll off the plate? You take a little bit of that cream and you put it over here and it stands up just like so. All right, let me show you. All right, we're going to take, you know, we're going to go in the tomato. This is the technique. I'm going to go this way because it seems to work better in there. And I don't put a lot of cream cheese, okay? And then, you know, you may want to wipe the tomato so it's nice and pretty. And then you're going to put the little green onion. And then you're just going to go with the back of that. Look at that. All right. So, anyways, this is a very lovely, refreshing hors d'oeuvre, nice and easy. You can get your tomatoes, you know, prepped the night before, and it's just amazing. So it's just my husband and I, and trust me, we love hors d'oeuvres, and Sunday fun days are great, but Fridays are also great as well. So, you know, you have everything to make everything pretty. And for me, I know you guys, there's Mother's Day coming up, and I know that some people are getting together, some people may not get together, depending on what's going on in their life. And I know that some mommies are having a hard time. I know I am. I miss my daughter terribly. But we're going to get through this together, guys. We're going to get through this together. All right, so what I want to do is I'm probably going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you know, it got to be odd numbers. I like odd numbers. So here we go. This is number 7. Oops, wait a minute. He just kind of fell off of here. All right. Okay, so now, there you have it. You see that? Oops, wait a minute. It's not meant for you to pick up the plate. All right, so let's just put this guy's back on here. All right. So now you know what you could do is what you could put in the middle. You will be making a lot more of these guys, but I don't want to take a lot of your entire morning. So this is one hors d'oeuvre, okay? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this, I'm going to take these little tomatoes, I'm just going to stick them in the refrigerator because I'm going to show you the number 2 hors d'oeuvre. But wait a minute. Oh, my sinuses. I have to taste it for you. Let me try one. You know what? You gotta try this. The cream cheese with the lemon, the oregano, it's just delicious. So you can do like a little bunch of oregano in here. You know, I do have some oregano that you could do it, you know, for decorations, okay? But I'm not gonna do that right now because we're gonna be here all day and you're over there and you're gonna wanna eat some of this, and I wish you could come over and have some of this. But because I took that one, I don't want my plate to kind of look so lonely, you know, since I ate him. All right, so now what you could do with this is you could cover this thing up and put it in the refrigerator, okay? So let me move that out of the way. Forget it. It's not going to take forever for me to do that. Okay, so now let me just rinse this real quick because it's all about cleanliness. All right, now number 2. Alrighty, so now everybody loves double eggs, right? And double eggs are a lot of fun, but I have a different way. I have an Italian way. And what I have here is I have boiled some eggs. I got a pretty plate that I'm just going to put on the side over here because I'm going to bring my next ingredients. This is double, you know, it's like you're going to be making double eggs, but I don't throw away all the whites, and besides the whites, they go into salads. So here I have 5 eggs. I also used 2 of the whites because why not? You know, why throw that away? All right, so to this, let me get my glasses. This is a recipe that I created on my own. Yes, on my own. I'm going to use a dash of tenderness, which is a half a teaspoon of oregano goes in here. All right, so then artichokes. You know, artichokes. Okay, my family loved artichokes, and we love artichokes. So we're gonna have some Kalamata olives, some artichokes, some eggs, some oregano, and hold on a minute, aspetta, whoa. Mayonnaise. For the vegans, you know, you can use veganese. So, all right, what I'm going to do here is I am going to take, and I love artichokes. I grew up eating artichokes. My mom used to make artichokes. It was delicious. All right, so I'm going to take 1, and these guys are in, I believe they are in water. No, they're in olive oil. Actually, they're in olive oil. Okay, that'll be even better. All right, so I'm just going to use about 4. These are marinated artichoke hearts. Okay, looks like we have somebody fishing in the back there. So there it is. Okay, guys. All right. So what we're going to do is get my knife. What did I do with my knife? Oh, Reggie, get over here. We're doing a cooking show. Get over here. This is a working kitchen, okay? All right, so what you want to do is you want to take your artichokes like so, okay? Because remember, you know, we're filling, and I would even cut them even more. And I love artichokes, so we are just going to cut these guys. And you know, and usually I know that in when you do stuffed eggs, you use other different things, but This is like Italian listening to French music. And that's for all my friends in France. So you want to really chop, get in here and really chop this, all right? Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. This is one of my favorite things. So that's just gonna go in here with the eggs. Oh, look at that. Oh, mamma mia. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me just rinse my hands. All right. So now, I want to get another little fork, so I don't want to use the same little fork that I had there. And I'm gonna see if I can open this. I'm a strong Italian woman. Woo! Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take some Kalamata olives, because you know you got to have olives. It just makes it very, you know, delicious. And as you can see, if I were to do the olives, guys, if I were to measure, because you know I don't measure, and you know, and I've been measuring, so it's about a tablespoon, okay, a tablespoon. So don't stress yourself out. So you can have all these wonderful little picks, you know. So usually you would use like a green olive with this, but remember, this is very different. I come and bring you different things. So this is my Italian hors d'oeuvres, okay? Oh, my sinus, I'm telling you, we go through this every morning and I talk about my sinuses. I gotta stop talking about my sinuses, especially when we're cooking, you know? It doesn't sound too nice. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. All right, so I'm just gonna take this little green things and just put them over here, because I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna finish with that. All right, so now we finished with the olives. So let me move the olives out of the way. Let me move the oregano out of the way. And let me move this out of the way so I can show you what I'm going to do. All right, so now let me clean all of this, my board. All right, so now we have this, okay? So now we're gonna get the mayonnaise. Oh. But before we do that, I don't, you know, I'm gonna use a teaspoon of lemon juice. I know, lemon juice, right? Just bear with me, guys. A little bit of black pepper. And we're going to be using paprika. Just a little bit of paprika here. And now I am probably going to be using, and I already used that, so I'm gonna, you know, these are great because I'm probably gonna use a tablespoon of mayonnaise, because I want to see what's going to happen. You know, because then I'd rather use less than more, because if I use more, then it might be too runny. All right, so let's see how this works. Usually 1 tablespoon, it works. Oh my gosh, it smells wonderful. And it's not even lunchtime yet, but I can guarantee you we're having this for lunch. And then little hors d'oeuvres for later. Okay, so now what you want to do is, you know, you got to taste it. So let me grab a spoon. I keep talking to you how I do a lot of dishes. So let me taste it. Mmm. It is so good. Yeah, I would highly suggest that when you guys buy your artichokes, and I thought I was buying them in water, but it says water, vegetable oil. Yeah, okay, so it's in, I'm sorry, it's not in olive oil. All right, so now I'm gonna take my plate. This is gonna be a different plate. Let me move this out of the way. We'll come back to this in a minute. Bring another plate. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I'm gonna take my little tomatoes. I'm gonna find another little spoon, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh, look at that. Oh, you see that? Okay, but what I'm gonna do to this, hold on, is I wanna get another little spoon. I know I use a lot of spoons. The Food Network will never have me because I'll be using all of their spoons. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some mayonnaise. Now you could use a different plate, so and that's fine. So you know, I didn't want to get very fancy, but all right. So now see that. All right, so then we put the mayonnaise on the bottom. They're just little soldiers. It's amazing. So you really want to prepare your tomatoes. And trust me, I had a lot of tomatoes because you know Di Marie, you know, they have all the tomatoes that they usually send out to other countries because we live in Ruskin and we can't even get Ruskin tomatoes, just like other countries that make chocolate and don't even get their chocolate. Yes, that happens. I don't know where I was going with this. I forgot my train of thought. You know, at 60 something, you go through that. You see what you got to look forward to? Hey, listen, you gotta have fun, guys. Okay, so here comes another tomato. Oh my God, this guy's a nice big tomato. Oh, and I just love hors d'oeuvres. I love hors d'oeuvres. You know, lots of times when we could get out into the world with my husband, we would go to these restaurants and all we would do is buy a bunch of different hors d'oeuvres and that's what we would have for dinner and we loved it. Okay, so I got 5 little guys in here. They're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute. But I'm not done yet because the garnish to this is going to be amazing. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So now what I'm going to do is, and because you know we're moving right along and we know we don't have all day for me to show you all of this, I will finish these later because I can guarantee you all of these, if I take them to my husband's office, they'll be gone. So I'll put that on the side. So now how do you garnish this? Like the old-fashioned way, guys. You know how you do your deviled eggs? These are stuffed tomato eggs. We're going to do a little bit of, then we're just going to let it rain. Ooh, I just put a little bit more than, okay, this tomato, he's moving too much. And there you have it. You see that? Okay, so that's hors d'oeuvre number 2. All right, so let me bring it over here. It's nice and cool this morning in the house. So now, let's move that out of the way. I am so excited about this next one that I have for you. Okay, so the next one is going to be the white, red, and green. And let me go grab my mozzarella out of the freezer. Remember what I told you, when you put the mozzarella in the freezer, it's easier for you to work with. All right, so let me grab that. Alrighty, woohoo! And I have, thank goodness that we have quite a few of these because you know, when I cook I make a mess. Alright, so what I want to do is, I want to bring your attention, obviously, to the tomato. And these little guys, I'm going to remove them because these guys are the ones that are going to be stuffed. These guys are going to be a different story. So let me move these out of the way, because we got a lot going on. Okay, so look at these beautiful tomatoes. We are going to need some, if you don't have to have fancy little toothpicks. And what we are going to need is we're going to have some basil. We have some basil, we have some thyme, and we have oregano. Let me repeat: basil, thyme, oregano, tomatoes, and mozzarella. Okay, we got that? All right, but wait till I show you what I'm going to do with this. You guys are going to love it. All right, so what we are going to do is we're going to take our little thyme, and we're going to just, remove the the little things from it. Oh, and guess who made their... Look who came to visit. Mr. Rosemary came to visit. Hello, Mr. Rosemary. He's always going to, it's probably going to be maybe part of the garnish. I have not decided yet what do I want to do. Because what I'm going to show you, it's amazing. Okay. So, again, remember what I told you guys. Start from the top, go all the way to the bottom, okay? No big deal. Very simple, very easy transaction. Here's my basil. I'm going to show this for a little garnish. And I just pulled these literally a few minutes ago out of my garden. And I love oregano. Oregano loves me because, you know, we have to have flavor. You got to have flavor. And what I try to teach you is flavor. You know, you guys go, you know, people go to Italy, they go to all these different countries and they go, oh my God, it's so delicious. It's so delicious. It's because they had flavor. Very simple ingredients, but it's got a lot of flavor and a lot of punch. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to really chop. What we want to do is we want to mince, but I also want to add to this. Aspetta, what did I do with it? Where did it go? I also want to do some dry oregano. You know, and I am, you know, going like this with my hands to open up, you know, the wonderful flavors. Now, if you do not have fresh, don't worry about it. Use dry. Everybody has this. Everybody has this. And you know, and sometimes with, you know, with all the stuff that we have to go through, all the stresses of every day, my goodness, you know, I'm glad I grew up when I grew up. And I'm glad that my daughter kind of grew up where she grew up. I mean, she's having to go through everything with her kids, you know, like all the parents. I would not know what to do, you know. I know I will survive. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to live. Okay, that's enough. I always break out into song. All right, so here we go. So we need to really choppy this stuff, okay? Because you have no idea what I'm going to do with this, okay? And you're wondering, Elena, where are you going? Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? All right, so let me get myself a little bowl. Actually, I'm running out of bowls. All right, so I'm just going to put all of these guys in here, like so. All right, so now we have chopped all of this deliciousness. And the thing is once you have all of this, assembling is the easiest thing. Let me just clean this plate because I'm going to be using this beautiful plate right here. You know, when you do the caprese thing, you know, they have all these humongous pieces, but these are little bite size, okay? So now, let me move this out of the way because I do not need that. And back to the tomato. You know, I have this little thing that I can make little holes, you know. So we'll see how that's going to play out, but I don't think I'm going to be using that. All right, so let me just kind of clean my board over here. And let me just, got some mozzarella, because you know, it has to be, we have to have some mozzarella. All right, so let's see how this is going to work out, okay? So we're going to take the little thing right here. Look at that, it came out. Woohoo, wow! Imagine that. All right, so now I got my little rounds. So what I do is with one, okay, I get in there and I go in the middle because I kind of cut this a little thick. All right. I'm telling you, you're going to be the goddess of hors d'oeuvres. All right, so I'm just going to do a few, okay, and then when we get off the air, I will continue to have these because I will continue to munch on them because that's going to be my breakfast. All right, so it's just a little plastic little thing, and I don't have all those fancy schmancy things. So okay, so now that I have my little mini, aren't they cute? Mozzarella, we're going to put those to the side, okay? So now, because we have the cherry tomato, we have the little tomato, we are going to slice the tomato. Okay, this guy does not want to slice the tomato, but this guy does. I suggest you know, if you go to Publix, they have these, and they are ceramic, and they work wonderful. So let me show you what I'm going to do here. All right, so I'm just going to slice my tomatoes like so. I'm not going to peel them. All right, so I never throw this guy away because it's got a little belly button. So he is going to be gone. Let me just get another little bowl. I know, another little bowl. But I can use the little piece of tomato for later. Okay, so let me just grab another one. Make sure that you have a very sharp knife. Okay. All right, so now put that over there because I just want to show you a few of them. All right, so now we have our tomato, because what you want to do is you want to get everything, you know, together to do what we are going to do. All right, so now what I'm going to do here, okay, is now I am going to take my little mozzarellas, and I am just going to roll them. Okay, roll them. All right, so now I am going to take my tomato. All right, I'm just going to start laying my tomatoes down like so. Here, let me bring this up so I can show you better. And the plate kind of looks a little lonely, so let me add a few more so I can show you. All right, so you know we have our little guys in here. Okay, then you're going to take your little mozzarellas and put them right on top of the tomato like so. And these are herbed mozzarella sliders, or whatever you want to call them. Okay, see what I'm doing with these? Okay, so now, and it's okay if you get a little green stuff in there because it makes it even prettier. All right, so but I'm not done yet, because now what we want to do is we want to take another tomato, because you know we have quite a few tomatoes, and whatever tomatoes don't make it, guess what, they make it into spaghetti sauce and they go in the freezer. So then I'm just going to put a tomato on top of that, a tomato on top of that. See what I'm doing? It's like a sandwich. Here, wait a minute, this guy. You have to be careful so you don't cut your hands. All right, so then you do your little tomato. Okay, you see the little, can you see what I'm doing? Can you see how little they are? All right, so now let me put this other guy. This guy's got to go. Oh, you know what it is? He's got one of these guys. So you know you are going to go through some tomatoes. Be careful, don't cut your hands, because this is a very sharp knife. And trust me, I already taken my fingers off of this guy. All right, so I just want to do the tops so I can show you how I finish this. All right, oops. Let me grab another one, because you know what, these guys, I need to use them anyways. All right, so now we have these little guys. The butt is not going to work, guys, so you have to really, you know, get in here and use 2 of the tomatoes. Okay, so we'll just get this guy out. All right, so now we have, you know, we have these wonderful little guys, and then what I do, wait a minute, one did not get their top. Like, wait a minute, I'm cold, you forgot all about me, don't leave me here. And see, the good thing is, you know, I love using tomatoes, because tomatoes you can always use later. Okay, so now we got the red and we got the white going on in there. And then what I would do is because, you know, we still have some mozzarella, and by all means, please do, is that I would just take the rest of the mozzarella. You don't have to cut them in circles or anything. Just keep you know, mixing it like that, and just put one on top. One on top. You know, like little squares. Look at these little guys. They're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so now we're going to get the little fancy schmancy things, you know, because why not, you know? We have dishes and couches that we don't even use, because we don't, you know, it's for somebody else. It's always for somebody else. Well, guess what, guys? It's time for you to use it, because it's not for someone else. It's for you to use them. And I've had these guys for a while now, so it's time for me to use them. All right, so we're going to put a little pinchy here, a little green over here. I know it's beginning to look like Christmas, right? All right. So then, you know, I think you're catching my drift here. All right, so now, all right, if I wanted to bring a whole plate together, you see that? All right, so now, let me bring everything to you so you will see what you did. We have done these amazing, let me clear everything out. Because I don't have a people that clean stuff for me. I clean it for me. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the, you know, you can decorate it, you know, with a nice piece of basil, maybe even though it doesn't have any rosemary. You're supposed to put what's in, you know, what's inside. So I'm not going to use the rosemary. I'm just going to use the little basil that I have, my beautiful basils. Okay, guys, let me grab the other one because, you know, we've done 3. Okay, so we got the cream cheese one. Now, beautiful. Look at these little soldiers ready to go in your mouth. And then we have the Italian deviled eggs. The Italian deviled eggs, you see that? Man, I could do a commercial with this. And then we have the little tomato towers. All right, and you know what? This little guy just came out because it says, you gotta try me. It is refreshing. You taste all the wonderful, wonderful, you know, herbs that we use. And it looks magnificent. Who is not going to want to come to your house, okay, to have these? Oh, sorry guys, I'm constantly sniffing because it'll be gone in an hour. It always does. Okay, so now, this has been tomato. This is the last day of tomato week. I will be off for a couple of days, taking time off from cooking. But I hope that you have enjoyed this wonderful tomato week with me. We have learned to make all kinds of things. And the ending is our wonderful hors d'oeuvres. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming with me to my beautiful cucina, because I bring you love from my kitchen, my cucina, to your cucina. I love you. I love you. Enjoy your life. Enjoy good food. Enjoy yummy hors d'oeuvres. And this is the end of our tomato week. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for joining. Blessings and hugs and loves to all of you. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to eat one of these because they're delicious. Ciao, ciao, belly. I love you. Ciao, ciao, belly. Ciao, ciao.